What up, YouTubers? How y'all doing today? Took me a minute to respond. I didn't realize I hit the live thing real quick. Anyhow, here we go. I'm doing my transition to a more simpler life now. So I've come to the conclusion that I can't. How do you say this? I tell you, it's a lot involved. I can't believe Sears opened and then closed. Crazy. But anyway, transitioning. So this is what's crazy. So I applied for college in February, okay? Because I lost my job because I wouldn't kiss butt. I've never kissed butt in my life, and I never will, ever. Now, a lot of folks say that would be stubborn or pride. I don't know. I call it, for myself, I've always had that. And I won't lose that. Anyway. So what happened is I lost my job. And it's crazy because I'm thinking about filing a discrimination lawsuit against them. The grounds being that I had applied for a certain job and they gave me a different job. Anyhow, it's all documented. But anyway, they pushed and pushed and pushed and finally got me out. Okay. But anyway, so I applied. Now this is crazy how stuff works. But I applied for college February 19th. And they sent me a email stating that they had received my application and that I should keep an eye out for the next step. I never got the email at all. Never got it. So what happened? Give me a second here. I went and looked, or I went to the college itself and I said, hey, here's my thing. What the hell's going on? What's going on? Because I got the email and they said, oh, well, we sent you a letter of acceptance. I said I never got it. But anyway, so they fixed it all up. So now I'm in college. But again, because from what I've seen, and this is the truth, from what I am seeing, the system basically is set up to keep. I can't say it like that. I don't have no proof, so I won't say it. But let me say this. So I myself have to see, like these folks. That's a hustle right there. Look at that. That's a hustle. You know what I mean? That's a freaking hustle right there. And so anyway, I myself am planning to hustle like that, but with stuff I have, with stuff I know. I mean, check that out. That is a freaking hustle and 3/4. Wow. But anyway, okay, so I'm transitioning right now into having to do some sacrificing to be able to reach my goal. And I couldn't have done that with the previous employment that I had, because Don't get me wrong. I was making okay money. I was now. If you ask me if I felt that I was getting paid for the work I did, of course not. Of course not. But anyway, I had to walk away from that. So now I am actually self-sacrificing to reach the goal that I am after. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to my storage because I had to put everything into storage. And now this is nuts. And I will definitely videotape it or live stream it or whatever you want to, what they call these things these days. Oh, this is a different area right here that I never took you guys to. Look at this. This is the Valley Mall. This is Union Gap. This is actual Union Gap. Valley Mall. None of this used to be here. This used to be all fields, honestly. Everything you see right here, it was all field. Open field. No, none of this stuff going on. Anyway, oh boy, I tell you. So they built all this and made this sidewalk. This wasn't a sidewalk. This road's always been here. For sure, this road's always been here. But it was a beat up road. It's still kind of beat up. But this sidewalk was not here. Put all that in there. But anyway. But yeah. So anyway. Wow. But anyway. Even that building right there has a story with it too. Believe it or not. I can tell you the story behind that building. Big time. But anyway, let me just do this. So right now I'm walking behind the actual added things to the Valley Mall. For some reason, that's good copy right there. If you ever come across this coffee and you're a coffee drinker, I'm not kidding. Farmers Brothers is good coffee. I'll go to the gas stations or the places that sell Farmers Brothers and I'll drink their coffee because it's good. Anyway, there I am stomping. I don't know if you can see my shoes. Those are actual Polo by Ralph Lauren shoes. And it's crazy because I bought those for $1.79 brand new. I couldn't believe it. Believe it or not, they're leather and they're suede. And I bought them for $1.79. What happened is I go to Ross and I look through their sales or whatever, and I found these because it was reduced. Now the price of it wasn't reduced, so I was going to see what the price was. And the lady tagged it up and she goes, they're $1.79. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, hell yeah, I want them. Leather and suede together. And Ralph Lauren, shoot, I'm on it. Anyway, so look at, see the hustle? Look over here too. Crazy, right? Wow, that's crazy, bro. Anyway, so now I come to the crosswalk. Oh crap, there goes one of those nasty looking trucks. Anyway. So here's the crosswalk, which is safe. Because I won't get squished. Or maybe I will, I don't know. Anyway. So, transitioning. So I'm looking forward to it, I really am. I love it, because it's really adventurous. Very adventurous. But yeah, this, I remember when my kids were small, real small. They said, let's go have fun, Daddy. And I'm talking, they're young, real young, small, toddlers, I said, okay, let's go have fun. So I brought them to this park right here. And I ran them. And what they said was, no more fun. Well, they slept good that night. So that's what I learned. Run it out of them. run the energy out of them. That's a little parent tip that I learned. Of course, I had to play with them. I had to be involved, which I love doing. I did. Anyway, so here I am, Union Gap, and like I said, I'm transitioning over to less luxuries, I guess you'd say, less luxurious living that I'm accustomed to, but I don't mind. I really don't mind. And the reason being is because I got trapped for a couple of years, and I call it a trap. Because you think when they promise you, oh yeah, you work your butt off, you're going to get this. You work your butt off, you're going to get that. They don't do that. They're liars. There hasn't been anybody I ever met that told me, that experienced that said, oh yeah, if you work hard, they'll get, no. Everyone I've ever met that worked hard didn't get anything. But the butt kissers got everything. So, and I'm not one of those. Never been a butt kisser. Never will be. So that's what happened. So that's why I lost that job. Which, like I said, I don't mind. Because it forced me into a situation that I like. Where, sink or swim, I guess you'd say. But I've been through this before, so it's nothing new to me. But it's more of a focus, if you will. Which I like. Because without the pressure of having to pay a month-to-month rent, I'll have more free money. Well, I guess you'd say more funds. And plus, I have a lot of time to focus on what I want to do. So like I said, I'll take you guys with me on the journey. And I mean, it's kind of cool though, because it's adventurous. It's kind of cool because it's invigorating. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm walking, right? And the only thing that I'm on my mind is getting over. Oh, another thing I'll share with you. So there's this girl that I've been kind of seeing. And I mean, I basically told her, I said, I'm geared to the future. If you're not, this definitely ain't gonna work, girl. This definitely ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, you take shots, you take chances, blah blah blah. And I mean, yeah, it was cool at the moment. I mean, you know, talking, hanging out, and all that stuff. But you know, it's like, yeah, even friendship-wise. I mean, because that's basically what it was, friendship-wise. But you know what I'm saying? And like I said, nothing intimate or nothing relationship pertaining to, you know, intimacy, I guess you'd say. But like hanging out, and it's like, nah, bro. So I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. So I ain't gonna do that. Of course, there's no understanding pertaining to that, which I expected that. But it's like, yeah, dude, I mean, I'll give you an example. So, oh wow, one of those buzz bombs. Somebody missed out on their buzz bomb. Anyway, so this girl, she was in a relationship, and the dude beat her. And I basically told her, I said, hey, get away, because you know, basically, you gotta save your life. You gotta basically look out for you know. So of course he said, okay, you know, blah blah blah. And it wasn't just me telling her; it was other people telling her. Yeah, man, you know, let it go, because the guy got arrested and charged and all that. And I basically told her, yeah, but of course, she's seen him on the side. And of course, she comes up with the story when I seen her again, and she tells me that that he did this and that to her. And I said, dude, I said, I'm going to tell you something right now, girl. And I told her straight up. I said, I'm going to be point blank range. This is leading to where I'm going to turn on the news and they're going to say, oh, this person died by the hands of this person. I said, that's where it's leading. You know. Anyway, so I told her if he violated the no contact order, report him because they'll send him to jail. Well, but he keeps coming around, blah blah. That's why I know that. I know, believe me, I know the signs, if you will, of someone that's trapped. And I myself, do I feel bad for her? Do I wish I could do something? Though, you know, right, wrong, that kind of stuff. I can't be a part of it. I don't board sinking ships, I guess I tell you. I just don't. I don't care how many life rafts they have or lifeboats. I don't board sinking ships. So I always tell people like this. Here's how I tell people. I don't put flat tires on my car. I'm not going to get anywhere. Anyhow, so she decided to stay in that situation, and I was like, well, okay, I can't be a part of that. I just can't, you know, because I know that type of atmosphere. But my cousin did it. My cousin did the same thing, where she was in an abusive relationship, and I helped her, and I think it was like 3 months later, then I was the bad guy. And the story went that I was trying to come between them because I wanted to try to dominate. You know what I mean? So I walked away. I literally walked away. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to do this. I'm out of here. And lo and behold, 6 months later, my cousin called me up and she said, how'd you know that? What do you mean, how'd I know that? She said, how did you know that was going on? He went and he stole he beat me up. I had to leave. I left for a while. He sold all my furniture and turned my house into a meth house. Because you said he beat you, that's how I knew. And there you go. Oh, check that out. That's a nice little setup. But yeah, that's what happened there. And it's crazy because I had just told her that. And she was like, oh, no, he's good. I can change him. I can make him better. I can make him a good guy. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. No, that ain't going to happen. Anyway, so after all that, this girl is going that same path, that same route, and I myself am like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna mess with it. So that's oh my God, you guys are hustlers. That's good though. It's good to hustle. Oh yeah, so that other church I showed you previous, this is where it used to be right here. This lot right here. And so they went and they well, it's a big fiasco. It was a humongous fiasco. Big time. And so lollipop. See, that's hustling. Anyway, so this is the road I'm walking down to, but that's where the church was. Then a big ice storm happened and the roof caved in, and that was that. So then they moved it over there. Now it's a whole different entity, whole different situation, you know. But anyway, I used to live here. I literally used to live here. This is where I lived at when I was younger. This is where if you will, stomping grounds. I had this kind of girlfriend. I say kind of because it was okay, but it was crazy. I was a kid. She was a kid. We had no idea what the hell we were doing. You know. Anyway, crazy situation. But yeah, this is, I forgot what the hell this road's called. Frontage, maybe? I'll check. But anyway, I used to stomp around here. Used to walk around this area. Almost felt like I was wasting time, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? Almost felt like I was, not using my time wisely, I guess you'd say. But anyway, not too much has changed here. Not much at all. I mean, they didn't have a sidewalk before, that's for sure. But now they built it in. Kind of beat up. Kind of beat up a little bit. But the houses are pretty much same houses. But nice. I like it. Just brings back memories when I was younger. Which I don't reminisce too much about it. But I do. Oh crap. It's almost like the trailer I had for my taco truck. If I get too hot. Okay, so anyway, old neighborhood. Oh, 18th. This is 18th Street. That's right. This is 18th Street. Good old 18th Street. Look at that old Dodge. Looks like a Dodge Dart. Anyway, so here we go. So right there used to be two different houses. The Baker family. And they lived right here. And it used to be this one too. They owned this one. This is where that girl lived that I was involved with. And that was a crazy situation. Big time. How I met her. So me and the homies were gonna go get some brew. And like I said, I was young. That's the road right there we lived on. That's the road I lived on right there, Viola. Straight down there, my dad owned the trailer court down there. And I lived there, jeez, a long time. Since 1990 I lived there. Anyway, I was coming down this road, me and the homies, and these girls whistled at us. And of course I'm like, what up, what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, nothing, we're at a party, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're gonna go grab some beer. We'll come back. Come and get ya. So we walked that way, all of us. Went and bought some brew. And we headed back. And then those girls ended up meeting us. So we took them with us to my spot. And I ended up with her. Uh-oh. 3 of them. Look at that. You said it. 3 of them. 3 of them, actually. 3 of those rascals. And so, anyway, so I ended up with her. But anyway, so she lived in that house. Across the way, her grandma lived in that house. Or no, her grandpa lived in that house. Anyway, the sons were big time drunks. They were like big time drunks. I mean major. Drug addicts, the whole 9 yards. The daughters too. It was crazy because the stories we heard out of there were crazy, man. You know, anyway. So, this is interesting because I I get to go over here. So we're almost to the spot. We're almost. This is 18th, like I said. My dad's brother actually lived in this house over here. My dad's brother actually did live in this house right here. That one right there, man. I don't call him my uncle because he was not a very nice man. And because he was not a very nice man, I don't recognize him as my relative. Period. Yeah, he lived there. And then he found out my dad lived not too far from him. So he sold his house and moved elsewhere. That's how much he and my dad did not get along. Crazy, right? But that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, here I am walking. Ooh, I tell you, that was a walk and a half right there. That was a walk and a half. Which again, I didn't mind. Why not? Right? Why not? Anyhow, so here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So now we're nearing Knob Hill, which is a little intense of a road, which I don't like to try to cross, but I'll cross here. That way I have to wait at the damn stoplight or whatever. Something like that. Jeez. The hits just keep on rolling. I don't like their coffee, otherwise I go and get one. 7-Eleven has better coffee. Anyway, so here we go. Here we go. So now I'm gonna have to hit the button and go see what the heck is going on here. Anyhow, this is Knob Hill. This is the area I never brought you guys before. I worked there one time, but it was a 7-Eleven at the time. So, hopefully I can get the walk signal. But this is Yakima. I used to sit there and freaking, eat my sandwiches. I've become a little more civilized now. So yeah, anyway, but this is Yakima. This is Yakima. The outskirts anyway, the highway's right there, so this is kind of the end of Yakima, but not fully. Oh wow. Well, the dude's gonna purchase that drawing then, huh? Maybe he'll send me 5 G's in the mail and then I'll be able to pay my rent. See there. Although it's quite a handsome price. But he would pay. I'll find out. If he does that, then I'll just pay my rent and stay there if that's the case. That would be kind of cool though, wouldn't it? It would be. Yeah, bro, it says guap. But anyway, so here we go. The crazy thing about walking, you're afraid to get hit. The crazy thing about driving, you're afraid to get hit. The only difference between walking and driving is, walking, you get banged up worse. Maybe, I don't know. I never did done a statistic on that. But I guess with a car having airbags in it, you'd be safer. You know? I guess full-on flesh with metal would be a wonderful thing. Oh, check that out. So that's Caribbean Casino. I went there with Sophia. Sophia actually won $80 there. Anyway, oh my God, everybody's okay. Anyway, they asked me to do a mural there, but they were like, we don't want to. I should have hit a higher price for them, like 5 G's. Anyway, let's go. So, that's what they got, which I would have done a way better job than that. But anyway, here we go. So this is the path of the homeless right here. The reason it's the path of the homeless is because there's a homeless shelter this way, Camp Hope, and I won't stay there. I'd soon sleep in the weeds before I stay there. The guy that's in charge of it is only in it for himself. So he basically is living high on the hog off poor people. You know? And that's the truth. You know? Well, I got a buddy. He lets me stay at his pad for a few moments. I gotta take a shower. I can take a shower at his spot. I got another friend who I might be able to take showers at. Who knows? I'll figure it out though. And it's summertime, so it's gonna be how would you say, warm? Well, now I know I gotta stick around because I figured if I got the college acceptance, I gotta stick around. If I didn't, then I wouldn't have stuck around. But since I did, I get to stick around for a little bit. Anyway, so here we go. And so this is the bridge. They expanded this bridge actually. So my dad's property was right over there. It was a 3-trailer lot. I helped him. Oh my God, that's a crazy story in itself. But anyway, they built this so nobody commits suicide. I guess that's the idea of it. That's why the loop over. But yeah, this is anyway. Here we go. Nice. It's a nice one. I ain't gonna lie. It's a nice walk, if you will. If you had a bike, you could really get around on this. Which I might end up getting a bike. I don't know yet. I wouldn't mind having a bike, especially for the summer. You know, walking is the best. Though it really is. Walking is really, really the best. The best exercise there is. And I'm almost there, so I'm cool. This is not good. And this is one of the reasons they aren't too big friendly with the homeless, because they always leave messes behind. Which I think if they clean up their mess and not leave such, you know what I mean? But oh well. Well, I can see nobody's listening anymore, so I'm gonna hang it up right here. Thank you for hanging in there with me, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Bye.